Okay, class. We are having this session before our first online exam. Few students logged in. I'm going to give you a time at the end for your questions. So for right now, when you click on home page, you get to this page. Let's just very quickly go over the synopsis of what we talked about in the online orientation. All the recording of online sessions going to be under the Zoom link under events recording. You don't have to attend any of these sessions. It's optional. I'm recording all the highlights or important part of the sessions. If you have any questions, you can post them in the discussion forums, or if it's a personal question, email it to me. The advantage of posting in the discussion forum would be everyone in class can see it. Maybe somebody answer you before I even get to it. I mentioned this when you click on the start here, you can go step by step to each assignments. It's a good idea to, at least for start with, go over the steps so you make sure that you're not missing any assignments. If you haven't viewed the orientation, please do so. I'm pretty much gone over everything in this clip of videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I recommend strongly to do so you get the alert of all the announcement and new video lectures that I'm posting there. You click on next, you go over the little clip of videos about portfolio. You should put together a portfolio. I'm not collecting a portfolio, but it would be an excellent way to organize yourself. So do that. All the assignments you're posting in the discussion forum, the copy of that should be in your portfolio for your reference. And if you click on next here, again, I'm not going to go too much over that. As you can see, September 20th, the last day to post your bios. You get credit for each activity. You get 3 points here for this activity. If you click on these 3 dots, it can show you the rubric for each assignment. I talked about all this in detail, how you can get the 3 points in the orientation. So I'm not going to go over that right now. So click on next here. If looks like everyone who are already in the class, they have access to my lab and mastering. I already checked that. Those people who didn't sign up, they got dropped from class. So everyone in class, they have access to my lab and mastering. That's great. And you click on next, and then you go over 24/7 online tutoring available. We have a couple of students logged in today. Philip, Kendall, did any of you can unmute yourself. Any of you signed up for this 24/7 online tutoring by any chance? Can you unmute yourself and say yes or no? Philip, have you done that yet? Kendall?
No, I have not.
You haven't?
No.
So no. Philip, how about you? You need to unmute yourself.
You tried.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Have you actually asked for questions? Did you ask them any questions yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So how is that useful? You like it?
They didn't respond. I had to wait for it. I had to wait like 5 minutes for it.
Yeah, it sometimes takes a few minutes to get to them. Now, there are 2 ways you can post your questions in the discussion forum or ask for a live tutor. So those of you watching this later at home, please make sure to take advantage of this and sign up for it. And then you click on next. And at the end, end of series of assignments, I have a checklist here for you. So again, from here on, I would refer back you to the online orientation. I don't want to spend too much time today on going over the same thing again. So in the online orientation, I explained, to go through the steps. You can also go to the modules and the menu. If you click on modules, you can jump to each page of that I was exploring. So at some point, you need to go to the my lab and mastering and complete the assignments there. You can actually click on assignments here to see the due dates for the assignments. Also, if you look at the syllabus, under the syllabus, it would show the due date too. So I believe, Philip, you asked me a question about the due dates. The due dates should be here under the assignments, like for this assignment, chapter 1 homework, it says due on September 7th, okay? However, for the homework assignments, you can complete them after due dates. All the homework assignments, you can access them. You would lose 10% if you submit them late, but you have access to that and you can improve your grade throughout the semester. For the practice test, also the same. For online practice test, which is very similar to actual tests that you have to take, that also you can take it after the due date, and you can take it as many times you want. The only thing is if you take it after the due date, you would lose 10%, automatically get deducted 10%. And that, as you can see, the practice tests are here. You're supposed to be done with the practice test number, online practice number 1. And also you should submit your summary sheets and also your other practice tests, which is in the multimedia library, in the discussion forum. So if you go to the discussion forum, you can find the date that each of those assignments are due. So practice test number 1, looks like only 1 student posted here. Today is the last day to post your solution to practice test number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and explore this one. So you guys need to get on that. This is in the practice test that we have in the multimedia library. You see this, this students just did that, and we have a step-by-step solution to all these problems here that you can post them. So that would be one assignment that you need to complete before the due dates. If the due date passed, you won't be able to submit them. Like bio, that was, you still have time for bios. For the summary sheet, also the summary sheet it was due on September 14. For this time only, I'm going to extend the due dates for the summary sheets and also for the practice test. I did receive some emails requests to extend that. Some of you weren't sure about that, so I'm going to extend that. But as you can see, this is how the students posting their summary sheet, 1 or 2 pages of summary. It's really up to you as how you do it. And you should also reply to each other regarding the summary to get the full credit for this activity. So for those of you watching this later at home, like I said, I'm going to extend the due date for the summary sheets and also the practice test. For those of you who missed these assignments, they get the opportunity to complete them. And post your question for any of the activities we do. For exams, you can post your math questions here. Philip, you asked me a question earlier. Please post them right here so everyone in class can see it. You can also post it in the 24/7 online tutoring service that we have as well. But if you post them here, everyone in class can see it. And if an individual or group of students need help with any topic in addition to all the live and all the videos that we have in the multimedia library, I would make Zoom sessions, another Zoom session for you. Now, if you go to the instructor multimedia library, all the information also here, posted here for you, where you can click on like prepare for test number 1. These are all the PowerPoint presentation that you saw step by step on Canvas. These are the video lectures of those, and then here all the practices I'm referring to. These are the hard copy solution, and this is the video solutions. And please do not skip these extra video lectures from my colleagues. They are really helpful and for each section, especially if you're struggling with any topics. These are the Pearson's lectures, which for your convenience, I also post the link here. But once you go log into Pearson's homework assignments, you should be able to see them also. So in the class announcement, I just made, make sure to read all these announcements regularly. Don't miss any of these announcements. We have announcement, the welcome one first, we had at the beginning. We had an announcement about online orientation follow-up. We had an announcement regarding the recording sessions, and also we have an announcement for today's meeting. Also, we have one announcement here about the test, first online test, which I'm going to bring that up. So that's all you have to do is to, okay, that looks like a different class. So let me go ahead and open on your class. So if you click on as announcements right here. Okay, so under announcements, it says first online test. So under this, you would see the announcement about taking a test. And I believe I have a, let me double check. I think there is a passcode to start the test. So I'm going to include it in this announcement. So before I get into those, Philip, are you clear on the due dates that you asked me earlier then? Do you understand that now?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, very good. And regarding your test, your question that you asked me, I'm going to look at it in a moment, but please post them in the discussion forums as well. Kendall, how about you? Are you following everything so far we talked about? Do you have any question?
Yeah, for the multimedia test, how do we submit it? Because it's not an assignment on Pearson, right?
Right. Good question. Very good question. When you go to the multimedia library, like I showed you earlier, here you go. There you go. Yeah. So
I downloaded it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, just open the practice test right here. You just want to just print this practice test, okay?
Okay.
And you print this practice test and work it out on the separate piece of paper, okay? And then you can take a picture of it or scan it, however you want to do that, and post it in the discussion forum. Okay, you click on discussion forum and you post it there. You go to discussion right there.
Okay.
Yeah, the same way you posted your picture as a bio, you do the same thing. So practice test number 1, you see how the students posted there, I just showed you earlier.
Yeah.
Same way you post your summary, you just post them here before the due dates. Is that clear now?
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Okay, so I want to make sure I would make sure that post the passcode to take a test. As you can see, for the online test, you can only take it once during the period of the time that is assigned to you. When you start the test, you need to finish it. You want to give yourself 3 hours to finish the test. But for the homework assignments and practice tests, you can start the test and come back to it the next day. It doesn't matter. There's no time limit for that. And you do have a step-by-step solution for every problem for the practice test. However, for the actual test, you only can take it once. Don't miss the due dates, and you only can take it once. So make sure you prepare when you start taking that test. Okay, so let me go ahead and pause recording for a moment. And if anything come up here, I would go ahead and record them again. But let's just go ahead and pause recording for now. Okay, class. I wasn't sharing my screen as I was going over the steps for you. So right now, you should be able to see the first page of the Canvas. As I showed earlier, when you go to the home page here, if you click on Start here, that's what I was talking about, you can go through each page of each step here. This is the link to the orientation, which you should already explore. And also the next step is to view the syllabus, and also this is a clip of video about how to put together your portfolio. Then you click on next again, you can see the steps to register for my lab and mastering, and also register for online tutoring service that I was referring to. You can actually post your bios, and you can actually get to all these pages under the modules, as I was referring to earlier, right here. When you click on modules, you would see that you can jump to any pages here. The due dates for each assignments also appear to be under the assignments. And also, when you go to Pearson side, the due dates there as well. Under the assignments, you can see the due dates. I mentioned earlier that the due dates for posting some of the assignments under the discussions, I'm going to extend it. You missed that because you were supposed to submit your solutions from the multimedia library for practice test. Here is only one student posted here, and summary sheets right here. So if I click on summary sheets, a lot of students already posted their summary sheets here. You can just get ideas how you do this. So basically, just make a 1 or 2 pages of summary for each chapter or each section. However you do this, that's fine. And you should kind of give a comment about each other's summaries here. Also, you get the ideas how if you miss anything on your summary, you can kind of, by looking at these other summaries, would help you out with that. You should have a copy of all these in your portfolio. Also, if you click on calendar, you can see from your end the date, the due dates also. This calendar is pretty handy. When you click on that, it would bring up all the due dates for you. That's another way to see the due dates, okay, which is right here for you. If you go back to the class announcements, so I just made one announcement earlier about your first exam. Read the class announcements regularly, please. It's right here. If you click on class announcements, you see that the announcement about the first exam. So this is the first online test. As I mentioned before, the online test, you only can take it during this time. It's assigned to you. You have until September 20th. You want to definitely cover the practice test here and also done the online practice test. The online practice test is very similar to this test. And there is a password to get into the test. You want to give yourself 3 hours. When the time is up, the program will close. For the homework, you can stop the test and finish it later. But for the test, you have to complete them during that. Okay, so I think these are the stuff that I was talking about. I forgot to show the screen, but now I think it's a little bit more clear. Now, if you have any questions, the best would be to post your questions under the discussions. Even if you have math questions, post them there. Those of you who are logged in, are you still okay with everything? You're good in terms of, yeah. So I see a thumbs up. That's good. So let me go ahead and once again pause recording. If anything else come up, I would go back to recording. But if not, please post your questions in the discussion forums or email me from Canvas by clicking on this inbox. All right. So let me go ahead and pause that recording for now. Okay, we're talking about how to improve your grades for assignments, and we have one student here allowed us to show the progress. So as you can see, when you take the test, this is from my end actually, checking your work. So for like chapter 2 review, part A, you can see your score. You can see a review right here. So if I click on practice, let's take a look at the practice test number 1. You definitely want to get at least 70% before you take the test. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what happens when you do this. You can see that which problem you did wrong. Okay, here looks like, and so which problem you didn't do. Looks like you didn't finish these problems yet. But I'm going to go ahead and click on the one that you did wrong, for instance. For this problem here, when you click on that problem, you would see the question help at the top right of the problem, because this is a homework assignment. With that, you can look at the step-by-step solution for similar problem. That would be, or you can say, help me solve this. If you click help me solve this, it would change the problem to different problem for you to work on. Or you can actually submit the questions to me directly from there. But the best really would be to kind of cut and paste that problem into the discussion forum so everyone in class can see it and we can talk about it, okay? So now, from your end, Philip, you can actually click on the study plan. For me, there's no study plan here. Let me close this right now. So what I like you to do is to share the screen so I can show you how to look at the study plan. So let me go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing right now so you can share your screen for me. Can you do that same thing you did earlier, Philip? So we can see the screen.
All right, sure.
Thank you. All right, let's stop right here for a moment. You do have a chance to get into the ebook multimedia library and the study plan. Under the study plan link here also would generate problems similar to the one that you missed. Okay, so go ahead and click on your practice test, any of them, doesn't matter. Go ahead and click on chapter 1 homework, yeah. And then it says review and practice. Click on that review and practice right there. Okay, so if you scroll down a little bit, okay, let's go ahead and select problem number 7, for instance, the one that you did wrong. Okay, this is continue review. Go ahead and click on that. Good job. Okay, now you see the question help. When I click on question help, you see that right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go ahead and click on question help, so make sure everybody see how to do that. So if you click on question help, which I'm doing right now, you see it says take you to the textbook, help me solve this. If you click on help me solve this, it would bring up a very similar problem. And if you click on continue, go over step by step how to do each of those problems. That's how you can get immediate help. You can post that question in the discussion forum. I noticed that you were going to different part. Can you go ahead and share that other screen for us again? The other quizzes. You can get into more supplement material on your page. Show me where you were earlier. If click on study plan, by the way, see what happens. You see the study plan here? Yeah. So you do have a bunch of other, if you click on study plan, under the study plan, the program generates problem for you based on what you did wrong. So there are a bunch of practice and you can quiz yourself. None of these are mandatory. This is just optional for the topics that you're struggling. So I suggest that you target the problems that you submitted and work on the solution to those. As time allows, or if you need more help, you can use the study plan or go to the quizzes or other supplements that you have there. Does that make sense, Boyle?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you do have a lot of help here for each topics, but you definitely want to retake those tests and get at least 70% before the actual test that you have to take.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so you can stop sharing. I see your hand is up still, Kendall. Do you have a question, or that was from before?
Oh no, I do have a question actually. I just forgot to take it down, but I do have a question. So for me, it was question. I can share my screen. It was on homework, chapter 2, review A, and for me, it was question number 5. It was here. I can share my screen. Hold on.
Okay. So, like I said, you can post those questions in the discussion forum or take a look at the question help.
It was chapter 2, review A, question 5. Well, for me, it was 5.
Okay, so if you click on question help, I'm going to do that question help, and then it says view an example. Okay, yeah. So this is, as you can see, is a different problem, but it's a very similar problem. The range is a little different here. Okay. Yeah. And then, so if you click on continue, it says next, identify the frequencies of non-filtered and filtered cigarette for each class. So that's the one that you were talking about to Philip, I see. Okay. And then we click on the next. Do you follow up till this point, both of you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And
all
for
right.
me, I did this, but like, nothing came up that I can enter anything in. So.
Oh, you couldn't enter the answer. Okay, so let's understand the concept first. You understand how to record these frequencies, right? That's it, right? Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, not really.
No.
Here it says if you can actually click on, because you need to click on this icon, and you see that click the icon to view the frequency distribution.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You have to
click it.
Yeah, you have to click on this to see the frequency distribution, so you can generate this data. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you weren't doing.
Okay.
For your problem, you have to click on this one. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, things like that, again, when you get the stock, you can post it in the discussion forum. You know, a lot of students already done this part, and they can actually help you right away. But so that's good. So you can stop sharing now, and now we know how to do this one. I'm going to go and stop recording for right now. Looks like we all know, for most part, what to do. So I'm going to pause.